Hello, welcome to Anita the Pedagogue channel. Today we continue with our poetry analysis. The poem we will be discussing today is titled On Finding a Small Fly Crushed in a Book, and this poem is written by Charles Tennyson Turner. For our lesson today, we will look at a quick biography of the poet, the title, the structure of the poem, its line-by-line analysis, the literary devices, the themes, and I'll share with you some likely examination questions. Let's begin with the biography of Charles Tennyson Turner. He is an English poet born on the 4th of July, 1808 in Somersby, Lincolnshire. He was the elder brother of the poet Alfred Tennyson. His friendship and the heart union with his brother is revealed in the Poems by Two Brothers, which was published in 1829. In 1833, Charles was ordained a priest in the Church of England, and on the 1st of October 1835, he changed his surname to Turner after inheriting the estate of his great-uncle, the Reverend Samuel Turner of Caister in Lincolnshire. On the 24th of May 1836, he was married to Louisa Selwood. Charles died on the 25th of April 1879 at the age of 70. Turner was key in the construction of Grasby, a small village on the outskirts of Caister. He helped construct part of the school, Grasby School, and was the vicar of Grasby Church for a while. On finding a small fly crushed in a book. Some hand that never meant to do thee hurt has crushed thee here between these pages pent, but thou hast left thine own fair monument. Thy wings gleam out and tell me what thou wert. Oh, that the memories that survive us here were half as lovely as these wings of thine, pure relics of a blameless life that shine. Now thou art gone, our doom is ever near. The peril is beside us day by day. The book will close upon us, it may be, just as we lift ourselves to soar away upon the summer's airs. But unlike thee, the closing book may stop our vital breath, yet leave no luster on our page of death. Let's go on and look at the structure of this poem. So this poem is a one-stanza poem with 14 lines. It has the rhyme scheme of A, B, B, A, C, D, D, C, E, F, E, F, G, G, which is similar to a Shakespearean sonnet, even though there are some differences. The meter is iambic pentameter, meaning it contains 5 sets of 2 beats. The first is unstressed and the second is stressed, as we see in the first line, some hand that never meant to do thee hurt. The stressed ones are the ones in blue and the unstressed syllables are the ones in red. The diction is archaic English because of the words such as thine, thou, wert. This is Old English. Now let's move on and look at the line-by-line analysis of the poem. So let's look at lines 1 to 2. Here, the speaker commences the poem by recounting an event he witnessed. Using the literary device apostrophe, he addresses the fly as if it were present. The speaker talks about the unfortunate incident where a fly is crushed in a book mistakenly. The tone the speaker uses is remorseful or that of regret. From lines 3 to 6, we see that although the fly is no more, it has left a mark, that is thine own fair monument. The mark is the wings of the fly, which shines or gleam, and sort of profers its legacies, that is the memories, which is present to be witnessed by all. The speaker uses simile to compare the human legacies to the wings of the fly and says that the human legacies cannot be compared to half as lovely as what the fly has displayed. From lines 7 to 8, the speaker recounts the leftover gleam wings, which represents the legacy of the fly. It is testament that the fly had a blameless life. The speaker laments the death of the fly nonetheless. the speaker is reminded of his own death. That is in line 8, our doom is ever near. This also portrays the unpredictability of death. In line 9, the word peril used represents death, and that is perceived as being cruel or a risk, which we are reminded of daily. The speaker uses this line, "The book will close up on us, it may be," to illustrate the end of life metaphorically. Just like how the fly died, the inevitable nature of death is projected here to remind the reader of the nature of human life. From lines 11 to 14, we learn that the speaker compares the human life and our desire for freedom to the fly's freedom, using the phrase "soar away." People go about their daily activities such as upon summer airs, which represent good times, freedom, and ambitions. However, unlike the fly which left its shiny wings as a legacy when it died, humans may not leave any physical legacy, memories, or parts of them when they die. And we see that in line 14, yet leave no luster on our page of death. Let's move on to literary devices. So there has been the use of metaphor, and we see that in the expression "the book will close up on us, it may be," and book here is compared to death coming unpredictably. Also, there's the use of caesura, that is a pause in the middle of a line, and we see that in the line 8, "Now thou art gone, our doom is ever near." Also, there's the use of apostrophe, "Some hand that's never meant to do thee hurt." Here, the speaker sort of addresses the fly which is not present. Also, there's the use of some personification. "Thy wings gleam out and tell me what thou wert." Definitely the wings cannot speak, so it has been given the human attributes to speak or tell. Also, there's the use of simile. "Were half as lovely as these wings of thine," where the wings of the fly, its gleam is compared to that of human. There's also the use of imagery, and we see the imagery right from the title. "On finding a small fly crushed in a book," it gives the reader a visual image. Also, there's the use of alliteration, and that gives the poem some sound effect, and we see that in lines 4 and 2. "Thy wings gleam out and tell me what thou wert," the W, the sound wool. And also we see that in line 2, "has crushed thee here between these pages pent," so P in pages pent. There is the use of repetition in line 9, "The pearl beside us day by day." Day has been repeated, emphasizing on day. Hyperbole. The closing book may stop our vital breath in line 13. It's an exaggeration to think that a book being closed would sort of stop someone's breath. Also, the use of symbolism. The fly, as used in this poem, represents mortality. Let's move on to the themes. The first theme is the unpredictability of life. The poem delves into this theme of mortality and its unpredictability through the imagery of the small fly crushed in a book. This plain image serves as a reminder of the fragile nature of life. The fly's sudden demise accidentally within the pages of a book symbolizes the unpredictability of existence and the inevitability of death. The poem's use of a regular pattern with an iambic pentameter rhythm suggests the speaker is intentional and reflecting on the brevity of life and man's ignorance on when death would come. Using a metaphor, he compares human life and the essence to the death fly in the book. "The book will close up on us, it may be." He emphasizes this by using the first person pronoun "our" in line 8, "Our doom is ever near," to show that all living creatures will face death, which is unpleasant, and that is doom and unpredictable. Let's move on to the second theme. ambition or legacy of humans. This is another theme explored in the poem. The challenge of not leaving a legacy upon one's demise. Metaphorically, the fly's gleam wing represents its legacy and physical memories, which is compared to human life. In line 14, that is, yet leave no luster on our page of death, the speaker illustrates people may pass on without leaving any physical inheritance or legacy. The poet reflects on how humans pursue their ambitions and dreams, that is, lift ourselves to soar away upon the summer's airs. Summer is a time for people to go out and have fun and do the things that they really need to do. However, unlike the fly which soars and flies with freedom, yet leaves a mark, people may have nothing to show when they pass on, mostly unexpectedly. In spite of the speaker's ideas on people not leaving a legacy, people actually may not need to leave a physical legacy because their memories, their kindness, and mere nature can be their treasured legacy. Another theme is the fleeting nature of life. The discovery of the crushed fly prompts the poet to reflect on the fleeting nature of life and the inevitability of change and decay. Through the vivid visual imagery of the fly's crushed body, the poet invites readers to ponder on their existence and the constant fluidity of life and death. The speaker's reflective tone invites readers to contemplate the fragility and the beauty of existence in the face of inevitable mortality. The peril is beside us day by day. The book will close upon us, it may be. So the readers of the poem actively ponder and examine their own lives as the mood of reflection and sadness from man's inability to predict their death or ensure a legacy engulfs them. Let's look at some likely examination questions. I think you should try these on your own. What is the central theme of the poem? Describe the imagery used to depict the fly's wings. How does the poem reflect on the inevitability of death? Compare the legacy of the fly to that of humans. What does the speaker conclude about life and death? Identify and explain the use of metaphor in the poem. Discuss the rhyme scheme and its effect on the poem. What tone does the speaker use when addressing the fly? How does the poem portray the accidental nature of the fly's death? How are memory and legacy contrasted in the poem? Place the poem within the Victorian era's literary context. How does the poem make you feel about your own mortality? This brings us to the end of our lesson. Until I come your way again, keep learning and be the best version of yourself.